Great. All right, we are live. So, thank you everyone that's been waiting for us. Everyone out there, we have a special treat for you. We have Zofia Babcanova joining us today, and she's going to be going through a really informative demo on how to approach steering wheel um, in Gravity Sketch. My name is Jaren Dorman. I'm the design community manager here at Gravity Sketch, and I get to connect with all of you out there. And it's really great to just see all the amazing work that's being done in the Gravity Sketch community. And so we want to do these more focused demos and training pieces of training to help you just grow your ideas and see what else is possible with Gravity Sketch. So we would just want to thank you for joining. I also want to say that if you have any questions for myself or for Zofia during the live, please just write it in the chat. I'll be monitoring that while we're going through this demo. And I'll be happy to shoot any questions over to Zofia or answer them if I can answer them myself. Yeah, but without further ado, also I just want to say too, please make sure to like and subscribe as well. We're trying to grow our YouTube channel, so we very much appreciate it. And yeah, just trying to provide as much information and training for all of you out there as much as possible. So with that, Zofia, if you just want to talk about like what we're going to be doing today and what we might be seeing.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. So hello everybody, I'm Zofia Babcanova, automotive consultant for Gravity Sketch, and today we will talk and demonstrate how to design a steering wheel. So I was thinking about this, like I think like if we are thinking about like what's going to change in the car design industry, we will see lots of action in interior. So here you can see like some of my observations. Like first, I think like these hyper screens from Mercedes-Benz, from the EOS, like they will they will grow like this kind of trend. It's really interesting. So and it's connected to the second trend. So improved user experience and user interface design. We will see this a lot, and also this means like there will be more and more heads-up displays. Shortcut for the HUD and augmented reality, or the mix of them. Volkswagen is already doing this AR HUD systems. So yeah, we will see them integrated in the windshield or maybe in the steering wheel. So I would like to focus on that. And since this is really like about like gamification and really like futuristic approach, I really like these conceptual steering wheels. This is from Renault. This is from Renault Morphs from 2021, I believe. So I will try to sketch something like something similar between cockpit steering wheel and maybe like a joystick steering wheel. So yeah, this is for inspiration. What I use is here, it's the mirror. So yeah, you can switch it on, switch it off. So to make sure I will sketch symmetrically. So here is like a simple Photoshop sketch. Here are some doodles I will use. So let's start. So first I would like to show you how to make a planar sketch. So planar means you are sketching 2D basically on a plane or like one simple surface. And it's really efficient way how to start to work with orthographic views. It helps you to create a wireframe really quickly, and yeah, it helps you to keep the sketch really clean and to make construction. So I will start with this. So I go to ink tool. So I usually start with the ink tool, and I will create a new layer, name it ink. Yeah, I will lock the inspiration. Yeah, I have it in separated layers, so I will decrease the opacity and lock it. I will go to the ink layer. Yeah, yeah, and start like with the really rough exploration. So in the ink tool, here you have the planner. So I switch it on, and with your left hand, you can establish the planar view. So I will make sure it snaps to the green axis. And now, as you can see, I can sketch in 2D. Yeah. So I am in the separated layer. Okay, that's good. So I will explore more because I think that this is not so much Audi. I want to create Audi steering wheel. So it probably needs to be more technical and more sharp. So
And I
yeah.
like how loose you're staying with it too. Like you're just really trying to lay down some gestural lines. It's like not being too precious with the
Yeah,
line
in
art.
the beginning, I think like you find the thing better if you are loose. Like you can jump and do it like really precisely with the stroke tool, but you can still explore a bit with the ink. So I think like here the problem of the 2D sketch was like it was too symmetrical. It was the logo was exactly in the middle. So I'm just maybe like thinking like to put it down, make the heads-up display,
Yeah.
like the projection here, so make the screen bigger. But I was thinking like, can we project all the infographics on some kind of canvas, like from leather or from something like this? So it would be interesting from the color and trim. So yeah, I think I will look at how I made it here. So maybe to make it more dynamic here. Yeah. So just grab it and maybe change the angle a bit. And also maybe it would be nice like to make it to open the to make the direction of the
That's nice.
steering wheel like this. Don't be scared. Like if you have a reference or your own sketch, like don't be scared to change it. Like that's why you are doing it. Don't be like try to copy like each curve and each radius. Yeah. So I think this is Audi. And yeah, so now I will create a new layer, name it a stroke tool. Stroke. So I can decrease opacity of the previous layer and I lock it. So yeah, so I keep the organization of this easier. And again, I switch on the planner. You need to always switch it. Like you can use planner for ink, for stroke, also for volume, but make sure you're always in the tool you want to use. So okay, now I am in the planner point, and I think I will use the point mode since this has more precision. Yeah, and I see it works. So I will go and create more precise lines. And you release the stroke with your left hand with the trigger. So you click and it goes. You can then grab it and with your left hand you add it. You can add the points to make it more sharp in the radiuses. So and I always try to balance it. So whenever I use a really sharp angle, then it's pretty intuitive. It's not like I count like this is sharp, this is soft, but try to balance it somehow. So it's not a zigzag or it's not a wobbly bob design.
I'll also say for anybody that's watching this for the first time, if you're in edit mode on a line like this, you can see the points better. It's just because I'm looking at it from third person view um, that the dots are a little hard to see.
Yeah.
But that's just because of my view. It's the personal view. It's much easier.
Mm.
I just want to make a note of that in case anybody's wondering like why it's so hard to see the dots.
Yeah, and also planner view is like you cannot go 3D. However, I move my hand, you see it's always in the two axes. So that's really what's good about this planner kind of sketching. It keeps you
Yeah.
really precise. So yeah. Okay. So now I will do the inner circle, the inner line here. And with your thumb on your dominant hand, you can increase and decrease the size of the stroke. So I always keep it as like really thin. Yeah. So this almost feels like a graphic design, or like it's really similar to Photoshop paths. So it's like nothing unusual, like how you edit these vertices. If you have some experience with Photoshop or Illustrator, or I don't know, with Alias or even Blender, Rhino, you will like really get to this pretty fast. Okay. I feel here it's a bit fat, so I move it. And yeah, I would like to show how to work with the smart movement. If you go to settings, to the blue button, here you can see you have a smart move, and it means you can move with an XYZ axis in the middle or move in all directions. So I keep it here in the axis. And what does it mean? It means if I click, I will show you here. So the smart moves means that when you have some kind of object, like for instance, here you have the orange bubble, and you really want to move it in one axis, like Z or X or Y or Z, like in this case, it's red. It means you need to position your controllers. You need to align them. So you also need to align physically your hands, like they're one, yeah, like Jaren is showing here. So, and you will see this axis between your hands, and that's how you know. Like if I duplicate it, yeah, and you see I'm just duplicating in the exact same position. So this is a really good trick when you are modeling, because it keeps your data organized. So, and you can do this with any kind of, you can do it with points, with the sub-D, with the curves. So I just grab these 2 points and pull them down. Now I see my axis is green, so I know it's locked, and it's much more precise. Yeah. Like this. Okay. 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 So here. Yeah, check the radiuses. And now if I want to make the 3D, I call this Frank's Scott Robertson tutorial. I just duplicate the 2 lines. Again, they're locked, they're aligned, and I will just use the smart movement and position them here. So yeah, so you can already see some thickness. So you can imagine the wireframe of the object you are modeling. Okay, and this point, I think I want to switch off the planner, so I can move some points to the space. So I just want to grab everything at once, align my controllers, make sure I'm moving them in the right axis. Oh, okay, I need to, oop. Oh, what's this? Oh, it doesn't show my edit menu. Why is that? I think I need to leave and come back.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah. I think there's just a little bug with that right now, with the menu.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've noticed that myself.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't show the menu.
Yeah.
So, and if this happens, you just leave the sketch and come back. So.
Yeah, I think it's just a minor bug. The team's working on that one.
Okay, I switch off the planner, and now I can move it in a space. Yeah. So cool. Okay, so you have to switch off the planner for each line individually.
Actually, Zofia, you can do that all at once.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Um, so uh, I'll do. I don't know if I want to do it on your sketch. Maybe I can.
So you just grab both and then you switch on and switch off for
No.
both lines.
No. So what you do actually is, let me just duplicate. So I'll do it on this one.
Okay.
Um, what you do is you grab everything right, and then what you
Okay.
do is you hold down the blue edit button and a little
Okay.
blue loading circle, and then you'll be in an edit mode for all of the points. And then
Oh,
you'll
okay, I
see on your
see.
menu there's a little mirror, and then you can, or sorry, uh, there's oh wait, maybe you do have to do it individually for planar.
For planner, you need to do it
Yeah.
individually, I
Okay.
think.
First. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I
But
thought
for
that
the
that
mirror,
also
you
worked for
need to.
planar,
Mm.
but maybe we can. Maybe that's something we can update in the future. Sorry. I thought you can do that for mirror. That was actually something that people were wanting was to be able to break the mirror or mirror multiple objects um, at the same time. So you can do
Hmm.
that, but for planar, you still have to
Okay.
do it individually.
Okay.
Sorry,
Yes, we know.
still a learning moment, but maybe
Still
just
learning.
a different
Yeah.
tool.
Yeah. And yeah, so I make it more, I turn it in more like spatial position. I think I will push this a little bit back. Okay. Okay. Now, now I will duplicate it. So I highlight everything and then I push it back. Good. And yeah, I will use the stroke and sketch here the fabric or the leather. Okay, okay, my edit window disappeared again.
Oh,
Why is this happening?
oopsies.
Okay. So, okay. And yeah, let's bring this down. And I think I'll create a simple rectangle here. I usually use the center line. This way you know it will appear in the middle. And I click here on the cube. And yeah, you position the center line. And then with your right hand, you create a cube. Oh, and your left hand, like this is what I've learned recently, the position of your left hand uh will make will you can decide whatever angle you want to make it. Like it's like
Uh,
now you see
yeah.
it's 180 and before it was 45 degrees. So yeah, just
So you're saying your left controller defines what like rotation the cube comes
yeah,
in.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I want to make, so, and you see I use the smart move to position this precisely. Yeah, that's the, I was thinking maybe this can here can be the logo and also the small projector for the augmented reality or for whatever. So I just position it. Smart move again. Okay, a bit up. Okay. And now if you want to make a precise logo, you can go again to the primitive objects. And here you have the torus. Again, the center line is here where I left it. So yeah, you already see these two rings. Then I just duplicate it. And now we have a really simplified Audi logo. Yeah, how close they are.
You probably could like trace the one on the image too if you wanted to get it like
Oh yeah,
exact. But
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
can
that
trace
was,
the,
yeah.
yeah. Okay, now I can group it with my left hand with the purple button. And now if you want to rotate it by exact position by 90 degrees, you can use the bell tool. So I use the magnifying. You cannot see it actually. The second tool from the left. I click it here. Then with my thumb on right hand, I rotate it and I see the numbers. So I will make it 90 degrees. Okay, it's 91, but that's good. And then I scale it. Oh, okay, I cannot scale it like this. Okay, I will scale it manually. Can I? Oh, that's funny because when you scale it with a scale, you are uh,
Oh, that's funny. You might have to break the
oh,
mirror. I think you have to break the mirror.
oh, I think yeah.
Yeah, I think you have
So now
to
you
make it.
now we can use your trick. No.
Yeah, now to actually fly.
So I grab it, then I press the edit. Nothing happens. Can you do it?
Oh, okay, let's see.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
so
have
so
it.
you actually long hold, so you actually hold the button instead of just clicking it. Yeah, that's
Okay,
it.
now
And
that's
then
it. I
and then
cannot see the
oh, there's no menu
edit
for
button.
you.
Mm-mm.
Okay. I think there's a menu issue there, but I guess I can go ahead and do it.
Okay.
Let's see, bake mirrored. Okay, now it should be baked.
Okay. And now I can use the bell tool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. So now I have to group it.
Oh yeah, group it. Yeah. Forgot about that part.
Okay. Ah, what happened? It's broken.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Will it let you undo?
No.
Oh
What
no.
are you doing? Oh, there's some
Well,
bug.
note for the team. We'll let them know that this is happening.
Okay, I think I need to leave to have the edit mode back.
Sorry, everybody out there, but this is the nature of doing lives, right? You know, tech,
Tech
working
issues.
out the tech stuff.
No, I
Here's your
cannot touch
lives.
this one. Can you touch it? I cannot.
I
It's
can touch it.
flashing.
Yeah. I can, yeah.
Okay.
That's weird.
Okay, so I do it like this.
Uh oh, you got a
Okay.
little stroke in there,
Oh,
like a little yeah.
okay. Oh, okay.
There's a few. They're
Okay.
all like there's one here. They're all here, kind of.
I deleted them all, I think.
There's one here. Do you see this one?
No.
Oh my gosh. I see. You must.
What's happening?
I don't know. I see it. I see. Maybe it just needs to update. I think it probably just needs to.
Oh, and now
For
it's
me.
freezing. I cannot touch it again. There's some bug.
I can touch it. There must be some sort of like sync issue.
Okay, we will skip the logo.
maybe I can do it and you can continue working.
Yeah, you can do it.
I
Yeah,
can,
you just put the logo there in different color.
yeah. Let's see.
Okay, at least I can delete. It's okay. Okay. So, yeah. So here will be the place for the logo. I make it smaller a bit. I position it. Make sure this one goes here. Yeah. I can make it thicker. Go there. Good. And I will convert it to sub-D. It means I can change the vertices here. And then I snap it here to the very edge. Oh, perfect. Thanks. So I will make it in contrast color. Yeah.
I mean, if anything, it's a good example of collaboratively working in VR.
Yeah. It is good for interior and for like motorcycles
Hmm.
because you have a lot of details and multiple people can work on it.
Yeah.
Since when you have a car exterior, there is the mesh and you cannot really like allow other people to touch it. But here, like with the products or interior or motorcycles, bicycles, you can do that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So, is the gray is the gray is that you said that's fabric that's going to be wrapping around the steering wheel?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
And what is really cool with kind of with these objects like a steering wheel, you can use the bridge tool really effectively. So I will create a new layer, name it subd, and I will go to surfaces, and I love the bridge curve. So I go here, click on the bridge, then I flat the tangent, make sure it's switched onto the full curve, and yeah, I will go to subd here, and I will pick up some contrast color. So, and what's really cool, when you position your controllers on the two lines you want to connect, two closed lines, you just click, and within one click, you have it. So this saves
That's
you
amazing. Yeah.
so much work. And what just we need to do here, we just need to merge these um, endpoints. So just grab the point and click and it close. And yeah, this is really nice and effective way.
It's cool too because
Oh,
like the points from the surface match the points on the sketch, which is cool.
yeah, yeah. I really use the, a lot of people are like, why do you need the sketch? Like you can just start directly with the subd. But I think like it saves you so much time, first of all, and then the precision here you always need some kind of wireframe or like a form you can snap to. So these are like your guidelines,
Yeah.
which you can always turn on, turn off. And yeah, what you can also do is like now you grab the subd and you go here and click auto select loops, and I will just, it's probably hard to see, but I will just select the whole edge, the whole external edge, and just duplicate it. And with my thumb, you can scale it and just move it. And then you just take the vertices and you snap them on the second curve. So I'm just snapping it here. I think I will switch off the inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's better.
yeah, and then yeah, I'm snapping everything. And since we duplicated the the wireframe, it's pretty cool because you have this exact number of vertices on each side, and then it makes it easier to snap and to create the whole object. So yeah, everything is snapped. And now like you see here, like it's not connected or it's not snapped to the first line. So what I will do is just create one of the edge here. So I just click, yeah, and you see it's much more
Yeah.
uh, constructed now. And you can also like grab the whole row of the edge and then just, yeah, like move it. Again, I'm using the smart move and then I just snap it here. Yeah. And if you want to have a really like crisp line, you can, yeah, add more edge loops, and you will see crease or like prominent edge here. So
Sophia, can I duplicate this surface real quick?
yeah, sure.
Um, I just wanted to show people on this side exactly because it doesn't show everything. So I was just
Oh
gonna
yeah, sure. Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
basically like show everybody what it looks like. But this is what Zofia is talking about with the three edge loops, creating a really tight curve there. And those were if I just go ahead and delete those,
Yeah,
you can add
yeah,
those by just clicking. So I just want to make sure people see that and understand that, because it's a little hard to see for me watching you, because
yeah,
it's you don't see all
yeah,
the details, but um,
yeah.
yeah. Anyway,
And you
sorry.
can,
Carry on.
yeah, it's good to show in a detail. So you can always switch on, switch off the line work. Anyway, like this will be our final data, but like this is really helping you. It's like a line schedule in Photoshop when you start with the rendering. So yeah,
That's
and then we
awesome.
will continue and we will close the whole volume. So again, I click on the auto select, I grab the whole edge, edge loop, duplicate it with the smart move. Oh, sorry. Just need to be precise. And make sure you are selecting the edge loop, not the faces. Oop. Okay. So you see I'm like extruding, then I use my thumb to decrease the volume. So I'm thinking like either I should have close it like completely or make it, okay. One more time. Yeah, and I close it a bit, okay. Now it's here, and then again I have the vertices and I snap them on the edge. Probably you can also do it in different ways. The steering wheel, you can create one surface, like a crossed surface, and then just extrude the whole profile.
Mm.
But then, like, if you want to change the profile of the steering wheel, it's better to do it in this way. Depends on what you want. Okay,
Yeah, that's a good point too.
good.
There's so many ways
Yeah.
to do one thing.
Now I will just again click on the edge and then just duplicate. And in ideal world, I should have the same amount of vertices everywhere.
I think you
So
might. They
it will
just
be,
might be spread out a little different.
yeah. So yeah,
Like I
this is
think.
why I like to keep the wireframe, so I can always come back to it and keep the radiuses.
Yeah.
So now here I have four four vertices, and here I have three. Okay,
I
am
guess
I
you can always
missing
delete
something?
one too if you don't need it.
Yeah, just thinking about which one.
Oh, we got questions coming in. All right, let
Okay.
me. I'll read through some of these. Let's see here. Is it possible to get some questions answered in this live stream? Not necessarily to this project, but more general. Yeah, I'm happy. We can answer a few questions unrelated.
Yeah,
Might do those towards the end. Um, let's see.
I'm
You guys are
deleting.
awesome. Thank you for making these videos. So someone said, "Hey, Zofia, can't stay long, but glad you're posting on Instagram again. Loving the work you're doing." So someone's a fan.
Thanks.
Let's see. Trying to design a tiny house and I'm really struggling to get things properly aligned. I know there's a grid system and snapping, but example, when creating a cube, it is never aligned with the axis. So actually, we kind of touched on that a little bit. Maybe we can cover some grid stuff at some point, but maybe if we have some time toward the end, I want to make
Yeah.
sure we stay focused on the demo with Zofia. But I
Okay.
also will say too that I think we'll do another session in the future where we just answer questions, where we just like show. It's like a free for all, like showing Gravity Sketch, all the tools, and if it's kind of just like an ask me anything. We did one of those last year. We could do certainly a few more of those. So.
Yeah, sure.
Frank Yu says, can you slide your vertices along the edge like Blender? So for vertices, you can move them by hand, but as far as sliding them, um, there's not really a function for sliding them. It's more just kind of taking your hand and grabbing them. But you can, however, slide edge loops, like new edge loops, when you add
Yeah,
them.
you can slide edge loops.
Yeah. Um, some best practices, tips, and tricks on snapping, aligning things properly. Yeah, I think we could try and cover some of that. Zofia, you explained a little bit earlier, like the whole thing about when you bring in a cube, and bringing it in at the right axis. I thought that was a good, like explanation.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I don't know how to say that name, but MKTATYT. Yeah, it's just that Zofia, I think, touched on that a little bit earlier, where essentially the angle of your left controller determines the angle at which the cube comes in when you draw it.
Yeah, this is a really hidden feature, and
Yeah.
it's you need to
I wonder if I can show
try
that
it
maybe
out.
again.
Yeah,
While
yeah,
I'm
Jaren,
talking.
if you can, yeah.
So I have the
That would
central
be.
line button here clicked, and when I so I have my left trigger here, and if I sort of soft squeeze it, this will determine like the axes that the cube appears. Um, so you can see my controller is oriented basically perfectly perpendicular, so that cube is coming in perfectly aligned to all the axes. If I have my controller angled, if I'm squeezing my left controller from this angle, let's see here. So if I'm half squeezing it from this angle, from the like 45 degree, it'll come in at 45 degrees, as you can see.
Yeah.
So that's how that I think that answers your question as far as bringing in the cube into the scene, aligned to your scene without using a grid. Of course, if you use a grid, then everything will be aligned. So I can show that really quickly. If we turn on grid, and I'll just increase the density a little bit. So now we've got the grid on, and if I go back to like two hands mode, so I have the two hands mode selected on the primitives. Now I can create cubes that are aligned perfectly to the grid here, and create a larger one. And so these cubes are all perfectly snapped to the grid. Let's see. Grid mode rotating objects feels weird. Never does what I expect. Without grid mode, it's possible to work precisely. So, as far as your question on rotating objects and moving them, I would not do that in grid mode. So I'd actually turn the grid mode off at this point if you're trying to move something precisely. And I would use the precision move tool. So this is the tool that we kind of created for this purpose, which is to rotate things around a specific point or by a specific amount of degrees. And the way you access that, and Zofia was demoing that earlier as well with the Audi logo. So what you do is you open up the tool belt by just gripping the grip trigger here and swiping left or swiping right. We may end up changing this down the line as far as this whole menu, but for now, that's how you do it. And essentially, you touch the object that you want to manipulate. So right now, we're in scale mode. And the way that you switch between different modes while still holding the tool is you swipe your joystick left or right. And so it will toggle through different modes here. So this is like the move mode. You can move on a plane. And then if you swipe again, you of course got rotate mode. And you'll see here there's a little snap button. So make sure that's turned on. And that will actually allow you to snap axes. One final tip with this is while still holding the tool, you can see that there's a red box here. That's actually the point at which everything is rotating, scaling. So just simply click your index finger trigger outside of the object, and then the central point will snap to the center origin of the object, and then you can rotate around that center axis there. So I think that answers your question um, on rotating with snapping and more precise movements. So yeah, so there's that. And then there's a question from Parth. Can we divide a single object into two separate pieces and then add to a new layer? Um, so
No, not really.
yeah,
You need to delete the stuff. You need to delete the faces you don't want to use.
yeah,
You have to duplicate the object. I don't know, you are doing a car, you delete the car body and you keep the greenhouse. And then you can put it to the
yeah.
next layer.
You know, that's actually
And then
Parth. Is that what you're asking? Are you asking about a sub D object, or are you just talking about duplicating something? I'm assuming you're talking about sub D. So if that's the case, then what Zofia said there is the solution for that.
yeah.
Thank you for these questions, though. These are great questions, everyone. And like I said before, I think we'll do another Ask Me Anything session where we'll post it on our Instagram and basically let everybody know, like, you know, any questions that you have, anything from geometry creation to just general workflow questions, anything you want to ask, we'll be happy to answer it. And might do another one of those because I think it's pretty valuable last time we did it.
Yeah.
So I see you're doing. I see you're fleshing out the surfaces and the fabric portion now.
Yeah, and also snapping everything back to the original wireframe and adding more loops to make it more precise. Yeah, and also what you can, it's a good thing to try if you have some cool textures and materials, you can always bring them inside the gravity, like leather.
Oh yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
very nice.
And then it's also great for color and trim designers, I think, because it's really like a super simple color and trim texturing app. So you can try this. I had this really cool marble. So if you just grab the geometry you want to add the texture, then you can press the rainbow button, and then you have these
Yeah.
kind of textures. It's a bit random on the subject. It works better on
Yeah.
the nerves, but you can have some fun.
Placement's kind of
Kind of
random.
like
Yeah.
you can like kind of like the
And that might be something we'll be looking into as well in the future. Um, someone's asking if there's mastery courses available. So to that question, I would say that our YouTube channel, of course, tries to cover all the major things with Gravity Sketch and the details too. Like the reason why we do these demos is so we can get into a little bit more specific applications on how to use these tools. So I would say that definitely go through our like beginner tutorials and our training videos to learn just the basic tools of Gravity Sketch. And then we have a lot of live demos, a lot of live sketches. You'll find that as a playlist in our YouTube, and those are very in-depth videos. They're a little bit longer form, but they're using all the tools at our disposal. And those are great to learn, I think, more advanced workflows and advanced tools in Gravity Sketch. If you're looking for a little bit more
But I think we are
step-by-step.
planning something on the to create some more kind of organized playlist or something like course. Yeah, that would be a good.
Yeah, so we have
That's a
like
good.
obviously the beginner videos, beginner playlists, and all of that. But I think when it gets more advanced, we don't necessarily have like an advanced playlist. If you're looking for like training that's guided, and you're willing to pay a little bit of money as well, there's some third-party sources that are certified by us that are great for learning Gravity Sketch. One is cardesign.academy, and they basically it's ran by Eric Stoddard, and it's a great source to learn how to design cars in Gravity Sketch. But even if you're not trying to be a car designer, it's still a great source because you learn how to basically master all the tools. You can create basically anything if you can create cars in Gravity Sketch. And then there's also gravitysketchtraining.com, which is ran by Nick Gravely, who focuses, I think, mostly on motorcycle design as well. But very much the same thing. All the tools you learn in there can be applied to anything else. So that's what I would say as far as training.
Okay.
Let's see.
Cool. And what I really want to show here in the how to make it details. So yeah, I just created a cylinder, converted to sub D. Then you can grab the axis and lock your hands with a smart move, and then just with the joystick you can make a cone like this. And yeah, I will make a different color. And now what I want to do is I want to create a cool texture. So I go to stroke, point mode, polar symmetry to 12, let's say. Now I position the axis in the middle of the cylinder, or I estimate where is the position, make it super like tiny, and switch off the mirror. And now I just go and make this kind of texture. And then I will scale everything down. Release it with the left hand. Okay. And now I will go with this direction to make this crisscross effect. I think I've seen it in the Roshan Instagram. It was pretty cool. And yeah. So and then you can grab it and edit. I think I need to reposition a bit of the running out of battery for my left controller. And yeah, this is how you make a cool texture, and then you can use it for some, yeah. Okay, then I group it. Okay, maybe I make this more like concave. Now I group it. Okay. And now I want to make some kind of a controllers here.
Oh, very cool.
So now I grab it and make it mirrored. Okay, I think I need to bake.
Yeah, actually, so now bake and then do
and
like
then
the
mirror
press.
Oh, okay. And now I need to bake the structure. Where is it? Reset, bake. Yeah, bake. Now I grab it and mirror. Does it work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you have to do it with the other stroke too.
Yeah. So this is how. Which one was it?
Yeah. Which one is it? It's the one that goes up. I guess.
Bake.
Oh no.
Up.
Yeah, the one that goes. Yeah. No, the other one. I guess they both. I guess they both go. Yeah, the one that goes this way.
Okay, but now I think I lost polar symmetry, so I need to do it individually. Okay, so I think I just. Oh.
But Zofia, I think if you just long press it, and you just click mirror, it should do it. So like, whoopsie, hold on.
Yeah, you can show.
So, I think if you just long. All right. I'll let you mess with it.
Okay, so I'll just make it in here. Oops. So I try
So
to
if you
group.
grab everything and just long press the edit button, it should mirror everything.
Okay. But it's so weird. Like I broke the. Okay. I think I will just create the with the revolve tool. I will try to position it in the middle here, and then create some finishing and to connect it here.
Lewis Lockett asks, is there a way to watch these in 3D, like rewatch on Oculus? There is a way, but really the way to do it is if you're tethered, if you have like a Rift S, which is what I'm using right now, then um, you can actually open up your desktop window, which is actually how I'm watching. It's actually how I'm reading these comments right now in VR. So you can actually put a desktop window in VR and pin it. There's a little pin icon, and so you can actually have YouTube playing while in Gravity Sketch.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't know.
So, but that's only for tethered headsets because mainly Rift. I mean, there's a way to do it with Vive as well. Because essentially what you're doing is just mirroring or seeing a desktop window. There might be a workaround for Quest, but I'm not aware of what it would be. I'll have to look into that because that is a question that we've gotten a lot lately. This looks broken to me. This I know for you it's probably fine, but I think
it's broken.
I think it hasn't updated. Like it probably hasn't updated.
Also, I think that the polar symmetry is broken and you cannot really group it and ungroup it. So yeah.
Oh, you can't even grab it?
Yeah, you can try.
Yeah. I can. I grab it, but then.
Yeah.
It's like all over the place. Let me see if I can recreate it. Let me see if I can try and recreate it.
Yeah, try to recreate it. You know what I'm trying to. It worked when I was doing it in my private room, but it kind of got lost. I think we are running out of time.
Yeah, we'll probably have to end here pretty soon, but yeah, I just want to thank everybody that's been watching so far and staying with us. I think we had some great questions today and addressed some great things, and Zofia, it was a great demo. I think it was a really good look into how to approach something like this. Let's see.
Yeah, can you repeat it? Like, this is the problem. How do you snap? You just estimate the center, no?
So you're supposed to touch the object, and then it should snap to the center. You mean in the scene?
Yeah.
So you shouldn't have to do that. It should snap to the object's center, but it's not doing it. So that might be another note. But so I'll just draw a really quick one. It's not exactly like yours, but
yeah.
We'll make this blue.
Yeah, you can put it here.
Okay. Can't really get rid of. And then I should be able to long press it and mirror it. There we go. Like that.
Oh, good. Cool. And now it's grouped? Can I touch it?
It's not grouped.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, now it is.
Okay. And I just want to bring the UI design here. Okay, this one. Yeah. Oop. So on the okay. Let me bring in one more time from our reference images. From the steering wheels. And yeah, here.
Martha's asking about Boolean operations. No, that's a big
Okay.
question we get a lot. No Booleans in Gravity Sketch. However, we're definitely exploring ways to solve that, and maybe ways that we can provide that without actually doing real Booleans in Gravity Sketch. What are the questions we're asking is like maybe what are other ways that we can achieve that in Gravity Sketch. The bigger question that we always ask back to people that ask, for Boolean is like um, getting down to their workflow and why they need Boolean or what specific instances they're needing to use Boolean. Um, so that's something that we're looking into and possible alternatives. Because quite frankly, just Booleans are just it's a very calculative, it's a very computing intensive task.
Yeah.
Even for Blender, even for like full-fledged desktop programs, Boolean operations can be like a lot. So to do that in VR, it's quite taxing, and also Boolean operations, if not done right, even in Blender or Maya,
Yeah,
can
it's faking
crash.
the
It's
operation. Yeah.
really it's a kind of a messy operation sometimes, especially with sub D.
It's like the
So
crease,
yeah,
you know. It's not
so
non-existing, like when you
yeah. So what are other ways we can solve that? What are other solutions besides just a Boolean operation? So that's what I would say for that one.
yeah, I'm just quickly like closing it here. So what do you, if you have like, if you want to bring more details, like in interior, I think you can find a cool like images and then use it like a texture, but on NURB surfaces, not on the sub-D. And yeah, it will help you to get more realistic kind of details.
Yeah,
Yeah, and now I will group this. So this can be like kind of, you can maybe change with these scrolling buttons here. Yeah. But yeah, it would still need a lot of refinement. Like you see, like the radiuses here, they need more love and more attention. Also the fillets, it's still like a bit bubbly. But yeah. Yeah. And yeah, the thickness, you can add the thickness here with the, yeah, it's here with the thickness of offset button. Yeah, I've added some. Okay. Of course, I would add more buttons and more details here. And yeah, I think, yeah. Yeah, Jaren, what do you think?
I think it's great. No, this has been wonderful. I think showing like how to approach working in sub D symmetrically, starting with the planar sketching in the beginning, I think is awesome workflow. And yeah, thank you so much for demoing this, Zofia. I think it was pretty helpful.
Welcome.
Um, and it's a really great workflow to especially if taking something that's been in 2D that you maybe sketched out on paper or that you've done in Photoshop, and then you want to bring it into Gravity Sketch to translate that into 3D. So if you joined a little bit late, just go ahead and watch from the beginning. You can just go ahead and rewind it even right now. So this will be available as soon as the live is over. It's just going to be permanently on our YouTube and our live sketches playlist. So go and check that out. Again, please like and subscribe because we're posting fairly regularly on YouTube, trying to just get all of you out there informed on new ways to use Gravity Sketch. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining us. I see, Greg, you were able to pin the desktop in GS, so that's awesome. Glad you figured that out. Yeah, thank you everybody for joining, and make sure to tune in next time. I will say that tomorrow, in case you're not aware, we have a very special webinar with Nick Gravely, who I mentioned earlier, who leads Gravity Sketch training and is a very experienced automotive sculptor. He's going to be talking about his workflow, about using scanning techniques, his sculpting background, and merging all of that with Gravity Sketch and how he does all of that. So if you're interested
Wow,
in
that
scanning,
sounds interesting.
yeah, it's going to be really good. It's going to be really in depth. He's going to be showing a bunch of cool bikes in VR, so we'll be in VR looking at all that. And so if you want to go ahead and register for that and join the Zoom, just visit our Instagram or any of our website links on our social media. There's the link to register for the Zoom is on there. So register and join us tomorrow for that. And yeah, if not, we'll see you next time. Thank you so much, Zofia, and thank you everybody else that